What's up, family? I'm coming at you with a deep dive into one of the most disappointing performances we've seen in recent sports action, baby. So if you're new around here, don't forget to join the family, hit that subscribe button, and also get this video a big thumbs up if you get some value from this video. Also, drop your thoughts down in the comment section in regards of what we about to talk about. As always, we just here to have an authentic conversation. I let off my thoughts, comments, and perspective, and you guys let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. So let's get into it. Let's take a deep dive. All right. So today we're talking about the performance of a team that truly underperformed in a recent matchup, specifically focusing on key players like SATOU Sabally, Sabrina Ionescu, and even Brittany Griner. Let me tell you, it was a mess, but just don't take my word for it. Let's take a deep dive. So first off, let's talk about SATOU Sabally. Now, we going to go straight to it and keep it real. Her performance was straight up trash. Okay? SATOU played for a solid 31 minutes in that game, but only managed to put up 11 points on a 4 for 14 shooting, all right? Don't believe me? Let's check out the facts right here. So she shot a 4 for 14 shooting. That's not even 30% shooting rate. And that's rough for someone who's supposed to be one of the main contributors. Add to that 4 turnovers and no clear impact on the defensive side. And you got a player who was completely outplayed, right? So now it's not just about SATOU Sabally. Sabrina Ionescu, the supposed to be leader of the team, was also struggling badly. Sure, she hit 5 threes, but still ended up with a less than impressive stat line, 5 for 13 from beyond the arc. Yeah, that's a decent shooter for you, right? But not nearly enough when a team as a whole can't get it together. So this wasn't just a bad game for Sabrina. This was an underwhelming performance from a player who has the potential to be elite. What made it worse was the other team. As we talk about the opponents for a second, which is in this case the Laces, just kept on cooking, right? They kept on cooking and they basically demolished and dominated. Alyssa Thomas went off with 18 points. If you guys can see here, she went off with 18 points. And SAT2 was left looking like a deer in headlights. Okay. So she had no answer for Thomas down low, and it showed. So let's talk about the team dynamic and struggles. Now, when we talk about team dynamics, things are just trash altogether again because the team shot just 32% from the field overall, and that's not going to win you games against the top competition. Sure, 36% from the three isn't terrible, but when you're not hitting shots inside the arc or contributing on defense, that 36% is meaningless because you have no return on investment from your defense, right? They always say defense wins games, but in turn, you have to translate that defense being worth it as you execute on the offensive end. Not rocket science, right? So let's talk about the rebounding. Brittany Griner, one of the most dominant players in the league, got boxed out by Tiffany Hayes. Tiffany Hayes, she's known for her offense, not her rebounding, which is shocking to me. But Griner was struggling to make an impact as she is 6'9". She's supposed to be present in the paint, and you're supposed to feel that presence. But however, it wasn't happening, right? It was just like a big bush just in a way. So Marina Marbury's absence was felt too. If Marbury was there, maybe it could have seen some offensive spark, but instead it felt like the team was missing a critical piece. With Natisha Cloud also feeling under the weather, there were too many things just stacking up, too many excuses. And in a professional sports world, running into the Victim Olympics ain't it. You got to show up and show out no matter what the circumstance is, because at the end of the day, you are qualified and you're seen as qualified, but your work got to back it up and it got to speak for itself no matter what you say. And no matter your circumstance, you make the best out of it and you make the adjustments. So, what went wrong and what needs to change? So, the biggest takeaway from this game, the team simply didn't show up. It was like everyone was playing at half speed when it comes to this Phantom team, right? Um, and you had Sabrina, SATOU SABALLY, and even Brittany Grinder all underperforming at the same time. That's not just a bad game. That's just that's a bigger sign, and the bigger picture is something wrong. Something wrong. So what needs to change? The entire team needs to step it up. SATOU SABALLY has to be more consistent. She's a young player with a lot of promise, but if she can't handle the pressure, then his team is going to struggle. Sabrina Ionescu too. She's supposed to be a star, leaders lead, and right now she's not leading by example. And for Griner, she needs to dominate the paint like we know her for. And if she's not going to get it done inside, then the whole defensive scheme falls apart. So let's take a moment to acknowledge the opponents and the opponent's success in itself. Um, Alyssa Thomas was an absolute beast, scoring 18 points and doing everything she could to exfoliate the weak spots in the defense. And let's not forget about the sharpshooters on the opposing team, like McBride and Martin. McBride was lighting it up, and Martin was playing defense at an elite level. Their defense was suffocating. Sabrina was getting locked up, and Martin wasn't giving an inch. When the other team plays defense like that, you can't get anything going on offense. It's a recipe for disaster. But, however, it was a rough performance. I am not going to overreact, and we all shouldn't overreact. It's just one game, and it's too early to start writing off or, executing any players that aren't seen viable. But they played very, very trashy. Um, we all know players have their off days, but the greats be great no matter, even through their off days, they at least execute better than the percentages they was given. You know what I'm saying? On both ends of the floor. But yeah, there might be some serious questions because we all know that one game doesn't define a season. But however, when we start to see a pattern and things, are becoming problems or issues or critical issues at that point, when you continue to see repeated patterns, and it's time to ask the questions and what we need to do to make the right adjustments. And it's sad too, really playing the play. Is she really the player we thought she would be? I know there's a lot of shakeup of her um, going to the Indiana Fever or possibly being the Indiana Fever trade. And a lot of people is writing her off and don't even feel like she should go on no dream team, right? Can Sabrina shake off this slump and get back to playing at an elite level? And will Brittany Griner even oppose her will in a game like she used to, right? These are all the questions that we have. These are all the questions that we want to know. And, you know, while the backlash seemed harsh, it's important to put Sabally's performance in context, right? The off days, but Sabally's track record in the WNBA speaks volumes about her talent and potential, right? And we gotta sort of look at the reactions of how we are or fan wise, overreaction or violent criticism. We gotta ask ourselves, right? The emotional investment of fans is what makes sports exciting. Don't get me wrong, but it's also worth noting the line between constructive criticism and unwarranted negativity. Sabally's debut should serve as a reminder, that athletes are human and subject to the same ups and downs as anyone else. But however, we're curious to see how SATOU Sabally's responds to these challenges ahead. Whether you're a fan or a critic, one thing is certain: Sabally's journey is far from over, and there's plenty basketball to be played. But I want to know you guys' thoughts. What do you think about SATOU Sabally's debut? Was the backlash, and I'll show you guys in regard to the backlash, because people had a lot to say when it came to that. Um, People were saying, they didn't play well. The defense on them from the laces was okay. Trendy is so messy. SATOU to NY New York confirmed. Um, Let me see. Horrible. SATOU didn't do, sugar honey iced tea. Um, but yeah, man. And I'll show you a little bit more. because people were diving into her with the backlash is crazy. Um, with this Unrivaled game, and it's like, yo, they really ain't rocking with her. Like, they like, yo, she gotta go. She trash. It ain't no if ands or buts. But at the end of the day, we got more. It's only one game. Like I said, it's only one game, folks. Um, a lot of people are like, yo, SATOU's trade value is a pack of peanuts. OMG. SATOU wearing no, that's it. SATOU Sabally should be completely destroying her chance. Could be completely destroying her chance of getting traded. No one is going to want her. Too focused on makeup and shaking booty. Mm. She's a terrific player, but just had an off day. I think she's overrated anyway. Um, so you got some mixed feelings with all this, right? You got some people like, hey, she had an off day. You got some people like, you know what, she just ruined her trade value. So we're gonna see how things play out. Seeing SATOU get cooked so much makes me adamant we better not trade Leo for her. She ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? So everyone is talking about SATOU and free agency, but Jewel looks good after requesting a trade. Any end of the team isn't getting a damn thing. CC is. That's my point. Okay. SATOU tanking her trade value on purpose, so the Wings have to trade her for nothing. Shaking my head. SATOU is getting clamped by AT. SATOU. So SATOU isn't going to the Fever either. Damn. Poor SATOU, man. Like, for real, she's going through it right now. Can't be easy and choose to move on for another team. Okay. So there we go, leave it there. But the questions I have to you, family, is what do you think about her debut? Are individuals overreacting? Is the backlash justified? Let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, share. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And put that notification bell on for more in-depth coverage of women's basketball. Peace.